since COVID in the last couple of years, since the lockdown, since everybody became a Zoom artist, productivity is actually, it's almost been more draining. People are thinking, oh, I'm working from home, it's more comfortable. But like we're looking at one another right now. When you're in a meeting, you can kind of look around and you move some things. When you're dealing with someone like this, it is extremely draining. And you do this and you're in one place. I found myself, stiff and sore and more burned out working from home, Zooming all day long than anything I ever did with meetings. And a lot of people have found the same thing. Now, we know the shift going on for companies, corporations. My own staff, I have a staff now. First of all, I have almost 50 people who do not work in the state that our company is operating out of, that's all new. Secondly, I have, a third of my staff come in on this day and a third of my staff come in on this day. And we have this combo now, work from home, work in the office, all that stuff. But the results are already coming in, and the studies have shown that the productivity is actually up in this environment, but creativity is down. And this is where I believe this niche of what you've got and where you're going is a bigger niche. And I'm always a business coach, so as I'm coaching you up here, young man, I'm telling you that the work that you've done here that can really help, not just in productivity, but also this creativity, because creativity is a huge component for success in business, success in life, whether someone has a job, owns a business, wherever. And so the open loops is something I'd love you to talk about, and how we can free our brain up for creative work by closing these loops. So if you could talk about that, I think it's a great insight.
So again, these are not groundbreaking ideas, but we need new ways to deal with them, because technology progressed, and there's ways to leverage those. But to get back to the problem, is that we are treating our brains as our storage a lot, and we depend on our brains for a lot of things. While our brains are actually quite good at remembering stuff, but they're not so good to remind you at the best possible time. So instead, what happens is that as soon as there's a bit of white space, as soon as the noise drops. So when you're in the shower on your own, or when you are when you are just walking out the grocery store and you're done with the task, or walking out of a meeting, that's when the noise quiets down, and then the signals start to pop in again. The signals were there, but you didn't hear them, and I love, and by the way, and that's why I'm a nerd, I love what Elon Musk is doing with the Neuralink, because Neuralink is a kind of implant in your brain. And I will be actually quite I'm not sure if I get permission from my wife to do this, but I would love to have a bigger bandwidth between my brain and technology, because I think it could be helpful. Yeah. Luckily, there's also some less intrusive ways to do this, and one is, of course, making sure that from today on you will not use your brain for storage ever again. Trust on something else. And the thing that I trust on is a to-do list to make sure, which is a simple idea, but it should be one. And that's where most people go in the wrong direction, because they have multiple lists. And the same thing as what you're describing with budgeting happens again. Because there's multiple lists, your brain starts freaking out and starts to think, okay, I'm not completely sure where this task is. So maybe I will also keep a hold of this, right? And that's what you don't want. So if you have one system that you can trust, which is on your phone, which is always on you anyway, you pour every thought in it. If it's work, if it's from something in your house that needs to be done, something in your friends and circle, whatever that's going on. If it's all there, you can fully let go of all this background noise. And with that, you have way more capacity to focus on what's at hand, which is indeed having creative thoughts, making sure your mind can wander and you're not hitting into any other things that are not relevant to what's at hand.